you go. Hey!
Welcome, everyone, to Cooking with Crover.
Yeah, welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show, episode 83. Hanging out, shooting shit. I'm your host, the Crover. Who are you?
Adriel?
Adriel.
At the Crover's house.
At the Crover's house. We're going to be cooking tonight, folks. You know what we're going to be cooking? We're going to be cooking deer chops. Yeah. Say hello, everyone else.
Hello, everyone else.
Hello, everyone else.
There you go. We got Garrett and Crazy in the house tonight. Why don't we go ahead and get started with what we've been up to in the last 3 weeks, because we were busy last week, so fuck no show. Garrett, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, after the long, long wait, finally, my WK is in. So happy. So happy.
Did you have this? Oh, okay. What mount do you have on that?
The most genericest, Chineseiest, eBayist one I could get.
Nice. At least it's the right kind of mount.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It holds it, and it hasn't gone out of zero yet, but I mean, I've only fired 100 rounds, so we'll see what happens.
Yet.
If it's anything like the NC Star one I had.
Little dab of Loctite seems to keep her holding, so we'll see. Didn't come with any Loctite anywhere on it, which is, you know, part of the course for the Chinese stuff, but also, this is nice. Bolt release, good.
Oh, yeah, show that to us. Go to the other side. He's got the RWA bolt release.
Yeah, that one that I've got.
You got it too?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you press this happy little guy here, and it goes forward. Yay!
They're in the wrong spot, though. They need to, it needs to be back where the safety is.
But if you're left-handed...
Haha.
It's wrong-handed.
Well, yeah, but it's fine. And then the wonderful thing about it was my cheapest, Chinesiest handguard, as you can see.
Hey, I got the same one.
Very large. Just basically, I took the old one off, and the new one just slid on the old barrel nut. So I clamped her down, and away it went. Hasn't come loose. Hasn't broken apart. The tan finish on it, however, doesn't match anything else. So
that's okay. Yeah. Mine is bright blue, remember?
Yeah. But I'm planning on doing some sort of color scheme to it yet, but I just want to go shoot it some more and decide if I want to put a different barrel on it yet. But I don't think I've broken it in enough. It seems to be shooting okay, but I've only been shooting at 50 yards, so.
Are there many reports of people trying 300 blackout and shit like that in those yet?
Well, I don't think anybody's actually swapped the barrel on those things, because most people find taking the handguard is 3 pairs of dicks at the same time on your face.
Yeah, fuck, was it ever tight? Jesus Christ. I basically had to put the wrench on it and then beat the wrench with a fucking hammer to get it to fucking come loose. So
the handguard or the screws?
The screws.
Yeah,
because they were just in there. There were some. I heated them up with a torch because I thought there was just a lot of Loctite on them, but they were still I was deforming them where I had to put in. You basically put the Allen key in the hole, and then you take a punch, and then you punch around the sides of the Allen key to really wedge it in there for the meat.
That's smart.
I always just take a Torx and hammer it into the chewed out hole that used to be there, and that usually works too.
Yeah. Well,
I stripped the fuck out of 3 of those holes, and then I went and I bought a screw remover.
Yeah. Well, you use the punch to do that. It was an old sport bike trick for getting off disc rotors and stuff, because those button head screws would just warp right in there.
Yeah.
But that was a bastard to get those off. But other than that, and then I took Crover's advice, got my wonderful stock there. It makes it look very, very nice. So
there you go.
Super happy with it so far. I mean, it's accurate enough. I'd like to find out once I actually get out to 100 yards how it shoots, but at 50 yards, it's mostly me that's the problem. So
what ammo are you using?
The cheapest, bulkiest American Eagle I can get.
Yeah. Well, let me know if it does any different. But with the stock handguard and the stock muzzle device, it was spitting out like 2 to 3 MOA with the trigger that I had, which is an upgraded trigger. Do you have an upgraded trigger in there, or is it still the stock?
No, not yet. I ordered that one you were telling me about there because it came back in stock. So
Yep.
I have that one on the way.
Stock in the CTC.
What did?
Yeah.
Black Creek
Oh, did they?
thingies. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, are you gonna order parts online?
well, I'm looking at. I just got an email from TNA, and they said they got Magpul stuff on.
Oh, you want the
website.
stock?
Yeah, I want the stock.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
want
have the black
stock.
one though. I want the black one. And
With
they
the
don't have
extended
they don't have the
butt-
Reddit road.
Yeah, did you
Yeah,
get
that's-
the extended?
No, because I've been having a bastard of a time trying to find anything that's longer than the 1/2 inch one that's in stock. And I'm thinking I might just make something.
They sell an extended butt pad.
Yeah, I know they sell it, but try to find, because there's the one that's longer than because the 1/2 inch isn't going to be fuck all. So
It
Got
helps.
the point A.
yeah, this is fine the way it is. Like, I don't feel that it's too short. Like,
Well, the one that I have on my rifle just adds just a little bit more length, and it makes it kind of almost the same length as an A2 stock, and that's the length that I like.
yeah, well, I don't know what length that I like more than anything. It's fine. I just move the scope further forward. So
Just chop down a 2x4 and put it on the back of that with some JB weld.
well, see, there's screw holes, so I mean, I can just drill holes in it. I mean, 3 or 4 to get her lined up, right? You know, just hold it on the gun as I'm drilling the holes and hope that it sinters, right?
You could grind to fit as well, right? You could get a shotgun butt pad
Or
and screw it in there.
you could shoot an old tire, grab a pair of wire cutters, and cut yourself out a little butt pad, and then just get some JB weld and put it all together, bud.
No, you got to use aviation snips, man. You're going to be all day with wire cutters.
See, somebody here has actually cut into a tire.
Well, you'd use a grinder. It goes way faster, throws a lot more sparks, a lot more fun. And those little rubber bits, once you get them in your eye, take about a week to kind of flesh themselves out, and then you're sneezing them for a while too. So
You got them black boogers.
yeah, oh yeah. You know, don't you just love reaching in, getting those out?
This is excellent. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. But so far, so good. Happy. Like it. Trigger is as awful as the internet said it was going to be. And
Stock triggers are
it's
3 piles of
fucking
death.
terrible. My Chinese Norinco AR has a trigger that feels like it's a $300 trigger compared to this one. So
Well, compared
that's how bad it
yes.
is. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, exactly.
I remember
It
the
doesn't feel like a $300 trigger, but if this
I mean,
was a $50 trigger,
they had to keep the cost under $1,000. So I'm guessing that the entire lower parts kit is $350. Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they bought
I
that
don't know, I
True
think
North
maybe-
Arms parts kit. Remember?
No. They probably did the 1,000-piece order from Wish.
Probably.
But it's in there and it shoots and it goes bang, so it's not that bad.
So we should
Nice.
stop whining about it. Is basically. What you're saying.
I'm not whining out it at all. Like, if that's the one thing I'm complaining about it, that's the one thing I'm complaining about. Everything else is good. Like, I got exactly what I was expecting and hoping to get, and I mean the fit and finish is great. Everything's great. It's a little bit loose on the upper to lower part of the receiver there. It's got that little bit of a wiggle, but when you're
Yours
actually
has a wiggle?
yeah, like
Some of them do.
Mine doesn't.
Mine doesn't either. My buddy's wiggles a bit.
Huh.
Just a bit. I don't know. Less
Like
than
just-
my AR.
just a bit. Like,
Oh, my Anderson receiver is bad for wiggle. It has to have the Accu wedge in it, and it still moves.
yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't affect.
Like,
Like, once I'm
over-
shouldering it, you don't even notice it, and you don't hear it. But it's just when you're just sitting there and you just kind of wiggle it, you hear.
Just don't do that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Stop
That's-
it. Stop it.
I did. Done. Stop. But yeah. So next thing is to just buy a more high quality scope for it. But we'll see. I got a good deal on a mid range one here. So
What scope do you have on it now?
just the highest of quality Abarska one, the one that came off of my 783. So whatever, it works.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the scope part of things, I was scouring the local buy and sell. Guy was selling this.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. $60. So came with the box, came everything. So
Nice.
How much are the new?
Not
like
60.
200.
Oh shit! You came out ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, should be the new one for the WK till I spend the money on a Vortex. But
What are you going to use the WK for?
I'm actually hoping I'd like to shoot at a deer with it to see what happens, but it's probably just going to be my all-purpose blasting gun. Go shoot coyotes, go shoot beavers, whatever. Pests, pest control.
Personally, I wouldn't shoot deer with a 223, but
I wouldn't shoot them with a 30-06, but I do anyways. So, I mean,
9mm. Don't shoot them with a 9mm.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm going to shoot it from 300 yards or something. It'll be, push and bush. And if I'm slugging through the bush with a gun, might as well take that. And, if I don't get it by the 10th round, then, okay. We're pre-tenderizing the deer. Remember, we talked about that last time. You got to really make sure that they feel those bullets.
Reminds me of some video I saw of some idiots with an SKS shooting a moose from like fucking 10 yards away with surplus ammo.
Ooh,
Did it work?
That's bad.
No, it charged at them.
So did he keep shooting then?
I'm pretty sure. I think so. It was a long time ago that I saw this video, and I really hope those guys got arrested.
And some of you guys have noticed my horrible choice in beer for this episode. Somebody was ragging on me for being a Canadian and not drinking Canadian beer. I believe it was spicy meat memes. I'm looking at the post right now. So, all right, I'll drink a case. We'll see. It's fucking terrible.
That's the spirit.
Well, we'll get through it.
Let's find out.
And then a buddy of mine was selling some guns and made me an offer I couldn't refuse for buying this happy little guy.
Oh, God.
665 mil in length. So just legal.
All right, 660, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember that number.
A factory produced barrel. It's nicely stamped made in Canada, even though there's no way that it is. But
Oh, is that the Kodiak one?
no.
Oh.
That is definitely a Turkat.
Yeah.
Oh, it is 100% for sure. But Prairie shotgun shell makers, they were looking at making shotguns and bringing shotguns in, so they had a whole pile of these that they made and gave them out to people. So maybe the barrel was made in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so I made a very horrible mistake. We're thinking the first shot I should shoot from it was a 3-inch Magnum slug. I was thinking I was going to do it one-handed, and I'm like, better hold on to it with the other one. And I was like, oh, wow, that went up really, really high. I was not expecting the recoil from it. So, yeah.
Okay, Google, give me a 3-minute timer.
Sure, 3 minutes. Starting now.
Cooking.
And do you have any dumpsters that you need to defend with that thing?
No, just my house. So that being said, I live behind a waste co-management, so there's lots of dumpsters. They have to drive through my yard to get to them. So it's not like I'm defending the dumpsters. I'm defending the access to the dumpsters.
Basically the same thing.
Basically.
Well, that's semantics.
Canadian shotgun, driving through your yard for the dumpsters, whatever. It's all the same.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever. Works. It's fun. It's cheap. Real cheap. So I'm going to try and see if I can go how many Canada geese I can bag with this one this year. We'll see.
It'd be quick to pull out from cover. There's not much to pull out, right?
Well, you know what would be good? I think it'd be good for the tactical rolls to really surprise them. You know, when they're heads down feeding in the decoys. If I just rolled out of the bush, they wouldn't be ready for it.
You could keep that thing aiming up, and they probably wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe I should just paint it up like a goose, so it kind of looks like a goose head.
Oh, yeah.
A goose head break on it, maybe? That looks like a goose's head.
Well, they do call that the bird's head grip, so...
Yeah. But if it's really bad if I have the grip pointed out at the birds instead of at, you know...
Yeah, it doesn't work as good.
Yeah.
Try to figure out some way to put
the nice thing is it is very light, so it's, you know, recoil management on it is very, very high.
Try and figure out how to replace the mag screw with a bird's head grip, and then paint that like a goose.
Yeah, I like it. We'll do that. Just put one of those socks on it, like the goose head socks, and then just shoot the sock. Replace the sock every time, right? Just buy a bulk pack of them. Yes, no, I think it's a good idea.
You know, I'm not sure about the hunting rigs out there. Can you dual wield those things like with
no New York style reloads is the unfortunate rule here. So I believe that rules out dual wielding.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, yeah. Only put one round in each.
But what if I could if I put a trigger lock on it and set it down, then it's legal. Then I'd pick it up and then slam bullets in it. But I feel like that's not fast enough.
Yeah. Cool.
But other than that, slow season, cold as hell, minus 42 in Manitoba before the wind chill, so it kind of sucked last week. Terrible. Terrible times.
Terrible.
Yep. That's Crazy. It for me.
Crazy, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, well, I believe I'd mentioned that a buddy of mine who moved to Iran was trying to get rid of a CZ Shadow.
You go stop timer.
Guess what showed up a couple weeks ago? I still haven't had a chance to go shoot it yet. Is it BB gun? This nice, fantastic backup gun. Because I still have this as my main gun. I got rid of my Canic. It's currently somewhere in Alberta, according to Canada Post. Not the place in Alberta it's supposed to be, though, unfortunately. But yeah, just kind of a comparison. I mean, the trigger on this is definitely lighter than this from the get-go, but I feel like this is a shorter reset. Like when you look,
do you have the short reset kit put into that gun?
Yes, I do. So you look at this.
Well, there you go.
And there's the reset point. It's nice, it's short. You get pretty much the full weight of it there, which I think on this one's 4.5 pounds. But it's real nice and short, and that's the CZ magazine.
So putting that short reset kit in it, does that make it better or worse than a Norinco of the similar variety?
It makes it better than itself already. Because I originally had this without the short reset kit in it, and the reset point was somewhere out like here or something. It was a very far reset on it. What I've been wondering is if you can put the short reset kit in the Norincos, and some people have told me maybe. I don't feel like spending $350 to find out.
Yeah, that was my problem. I was like, why would I spend the same amount as what I paid for the gun on a short kit?
Oh, no, the short kit was like $75. I mean, I don't want to bother spending $350 on a Norinco to get the SRT. Yeah, it's literally
$75. I want
Flaherty's. I bought mine at Flaherty's. Granted, I bought it like 2 years ago, but like the SRT kit's literally a piece of sheet metal that fits. It's a replacement sear. Like,
I'm Googling it right now.
But yeah, the CZ, nice, light trigger, very light trigger. The reset point compared to the SIG, I guess it's probably about the same distance out. It just doesn't, I don't feel like it gives as much like resistance getting to the reset point. Who knows? Either way, yeah, like I said, I haven't shot this yet, but my buddy shot it a lot because when I took it apart, I was like pulling chunks and flakes of carbon out of it. But I should be getting to shoot it, if not this weekend, then next weekend. But
shows as $100 in most places, not in stock.
There's a short disconnector kit for that thing, Crazy. That's, I think they're, I could check what they cost. I'm pretty sure it's sub $100 though.
And it does the same thing like on the SRT, and it reduces the reset.
From rest, not the reset itself, but the rest.
Okay. So it would have the rest point be probably somewhere closer to the reset point then?
Yes.
Oh. And the other thing I find dumb about this is that the safety, I mean, it's got a double action trigger, so why does the safety not decock it is about the only thing.
Because competition.
Yeah. And
like you never use the safety.
Sorry, one quick question. I just looked how nice that went. What's the pull on the double action?
I don't know. Lighter than the SIG, definitely.
Yeah, I'm like, that looks smooth as balls. Jeez.
Yeah, I think it's 8. The SIG I know is 10.5. The CZ I guess maybe 8.5. Not sure.
Around 8 sounds about right.
And then I got it with this kit, so it's got the nice double belt, which is what you want for competition. So you have the inner belt in your belt loop, the outer belt velcros on. Came with these mag pouches. This one's missing the tightening screw. Funny thing, I found out these mag pouches are $35 for new, and to order the replacement tension screw is $32 from in Freedom Ventures. So if you lose that, you might as well just buy a new fucking mag pouch. And then it came with the CR Speed WSM2 holster here, which is a fancy raised holster that the way it's configured that my buddy was apparently using doesn't work. I'll demonstrate. You put the thing in there and you try and get it into place. Fuck's sake. Pardon me while I fuck this thing up. So, in there, I put it in, and you notice how now it is not holding in place properly because the rail is being forced up. So originally I was looking at this going, what the fuck do I do about this? This makes it fucking useless. And then I remembered that this thing's modular, so I just basically have to take the screw out from here that holds this in place, flip it around so that this nub's on the bottom, and then flip this around so it faces upwards. And then there shouldn't be... won't have the interference there because this is a much lower profile. So that should be fine there. Again, this comes with like a parts kit to modify it for different guns, and my buddy didn't have that. So it's $20 for that, and I asked Tenda to order it for me. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll actually keep this because I'm not usually a fan of these kind of holsters, but I suppose I should probably get it set up properly and use it at least once to find out if I like it or not. Because I know that this is that's supposedly the hottest shit in IPSC is that and CR Speed and all that, whatever the hell. But yeah, I sold my Canic, like I said, because I got this. I don't need a Canic and a Shadow and a SIG. I got the Canic as a backup, and now I have a CZ as a backup. But it sold in like within a week of me putting it up, which was good.
Oh, it was
easy. Yeah, it was easy. It was fast. Yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot because I bought a new holster for my SIG, and then took my old holster and hung it in my safe to hang my SIG on the door with to get more space to put it because my safe was out of space. And then I bought another mag pouch for the SIG, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't really gone shooting since the beginning of January because it's been minus fucking 20 and shit. It was like 8.
Oh, minus 20, so cold.
Yeah, it was like 8 on Saturday or Sunday, but I just was too lazy to bother. So yeah, I still haven't shot this yet. I'll probably be going out on the 18th to shoot it, and other than that, I can't afford any more guns until I pay my car off, at least.
Damn
which
car.
I'm hoping to do by June, which will be the 1-year anniversary of buying it.
Damn cars costing all the money.
What? What'd you do to your car?
Nothing. I'm trying to pay it off.
Buying guns.
He blew a tranny in it.
Oh boy!
If I blow a tranny in this car, Ford pretty much has to replace it because the transmissions in this car are such piles of shit.
The gear kind or the PP kind?
So what you're saying is it's a possibility that you'll blow a tranny in it?
Yeah, if you like, there's a lawsuit for the 2012 to 2016 Ford Focus. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, took a while. Yeah, I think we're
Did
there.
he get it yet? Did he get it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I know what you're referencing, but either way,
Excellent segue there, boys.
Ford knows that the transmissions in this car are piles of shit.
Oh my god.
So,
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
the more I just ignore it, the faster it goes away.
Not,
I
but
see someone saying "our whoosh," and no, I knew what they were talking about from the get-go.
Oh yeah. You got it, boss.
okay. My turn. I went to Phoenix on Saturday night. To shoot
Not Phoenix the place, Phoenix the gun shop.
the gun shop, the gun range in Edmonton, and I
Oh, I
shot
was thinking it was down in Arizona.
Yeah, that would have been nice. It was indoors though, so the temperature was nice. Because otherwise, it was minus 30, minus 35, minus 38, minus 40. Yeah, so I went to Phoenix, did a pistol match there with my Shadow after I put all the trigger parts in it, before I've tested it whatsoever.
Smart.
And it didn't go full auto on me, which is good.
Or drop the hammer and go off by itself.
Or did you want it to go full auto without going to jail?
I could have blamed the trigger, and that would have been cool. Yep. And I could have got like amazing double taps, just real careful with the trigger pulls, right? Like, I'm out of ammo again. But no, ran good. I did way better than I thought I was going to do. Jeff Chang was there. He's a really good open shooter, and Dimitri's an excellent production shooter, and he usually like wipes the floor with me. And I was like just this close to him. I assume he had a couple of bad stages, but yeah, it was a good match. And it was like the only way I'm gonna get out shooting in weather like this.
Come on, don't be a little wuss. You can go out.
I've shot in minus 30, minus 35, and all your semi-autos like fail for all sorts of weird reasons.
They get nice and gummy.
Yep. Yeah, oil gets nice and gummy, and I'd rather just wait until it's a little bit warmer. And steel guns are super cold. So if I would have tested that Shadow, it would have been a steel aluminum heat sink in my hands at minus 38 or whatever. So
what you're saying is that you got to do it.
No.
You got to do it.
No, wait until
just
minus 20.
Get some of those hot paws there, those little chemical packs you squeeze up. Put those in the mag pouch.
Yeah. Let's see. I wrote an article about why guns aren't only designed to kill. Only.
How come you didn't use a gun as a spatula there? I'm actually surprised.
Just to prove it, just to prove the point. Maybe I'll use it to stir some noodles or something like that. Mind if I grab your Shadow, Krover?
Yeah, go right.
Get the SKS. Get the bayonet out.
Oh, there's your knife, right? Yeah.
Use it to slice up deer meat.
So I wrote this article because there's been a couple of times where I've been on Reddit or some other comments thread, and someone's come in and said handguns are only designed to murder people. Mic drop and walk away, kind of a thing, right? That's all. That's their whole comment. And I wanted the equivalent article to link in there and then walk away as well. So it's not a sensical, nuanced kind of an argument to be having with someone, but I still wanted a counter to that. So that's why I wrote the article, and it's just for that argument. And I posted on Reddit, and I think some people didn't understand that it's just for that argument, because they're like, this isn't like raising up the guns don't kill people, people kill people kind of a thing. It's
which
more
they do.
Which they do. Yeah. It's more of the they're not only designed, and it's not that all handguns are all designed just to kill people. It's some of them are.
Yeah, some of them are designed to kill up to 5 people in one shot. Have you seen those big revolvers?
I thought it was 47 in that rifle. I don't know. Which rifle? AK-47? Yeah.
Yeah, no, AR-15 is every trigger pull is 15 people.
Yeah. So one of those two. No, anyway. So
I got another one. M9, murder 9 people.
Murder 9 people.
I got these all day, man. Got all day.
Yeah. No, and then I started a big, there's lots of people in the comments talking about how pistols are awesome because our military uses them, but I don't know. I think our military just uses them to fight their way to a rifle.
I'm pretty
if
sure
their rifle isn't working, they're screwed.
I'm pretty sure that if you're on home ground, you get handguns that don't work because they're from 1947 and they've been in use since 1947. It's only when you actually go and get deployed that you get issued what is it? A Browning high power still in the grease.
Yeah, they're still from like the 40s and 50s. They're super duper old because we made too many of them. We made a whole whack of them for World War II and then found out that we couldn't sell them. I think they were supposed to go to China, weren't they?
There was a bunch that were supposed to go to China. I think we made some for Greece. We were trying to sell some to England, New Zealand, Australia, and then we needed some for ourselves. And then once World War II was done, we suddenly had much less troops.
Yeah, so I mean, the handguns are such an unimportant part of battle that we give our soldiers nasty old crap from World War, surplus pistols. Yeah, and I mean that's what we give them because it's completely unimportant. Anyways, I wanted to start the argument and have something handy when people do the guns. Handguns are only designed to kill people, mic drop, and walk away because. If that's all they're designed for, like all the ones we have are defective because they never do that.
I haven't had mine kill anyone yet. Has yours?
Not that I know of. I mean, some of them I bought secondhand, so
That's true.
You raise them right, and they never will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of mine have killed anyone since 1945.
You raise them right, no one will. Yeah. No, I mean it's primarily for that argument for people who are saying like that's all they're designed for. Yeah, I mean a Glock 17 is designed as a military sidearm. A Shadow is not. They're designed as a competition gun. Some of our old timey cowboy revolvers. I think the original design was they were designed to kill in the 1870s, and they still will do it now. But it's like these days they're designed as reproductions, I guess.
The Walker revolvers were designed to kill a rider and the horse.
Yeah. Horse killer pistols.
Ooh.
And I mean, if you think about it, like a longbow, like an old timey English longbow, is a military.
That's an assault weapon.
Military assault weapon. What kind of steaks are those? Chris C asks.
Deer chops.
There we go.
Don't you mean venison?
No, he means Bambi.
Yeah, Bambi. Courtesy of Kleeman. For those of you that remember Mr. Kleeman.
Yep. The military Brownings are terrible. Yes, they are. I've heard that the military Browning, the actual pistols themselves work, but the magazines are like what really makes or breaks that platform because a lot of those old mags just aren't very good. Our magazine technology has gotten a lot better. In
Also, those issued guns come with a magazine disconnector, and I've been told that that's the first thing that goes as soon as they get deployed.
They have a magazine disconnector?
They have a magazine disconnector.
Browning High Power is designed with a mag disconnector. It's fucking dumb.
And literally, they get taken out as soon as the boots hit the ground and you get deployed. That's the first thing that comes off.
Well, could you imagine like flicking that on? What was the thought process of the person who put that in? Okay, you're gonna take one shot, then you're gonna rack the slide to the back, and you put another round in there, and then you're gonna put the slide forward, and then you can take your next shot. And then only when you really need to will you feed from the magazine.
Yeah, actually, you just described it.
Well, I know that's how they thought about it with rifles. I'm just surprised they even have such a feature on it.
I don't think that's what they mean with the pistol. Like, it's a mag safety. It will not go off without a mag in the gun.
Oh, that kind of mag. Oh, yeah. I see. So you can't strike it off without a magazine in it.
Yeah.
Different mag disconnector. Not a mag cutoff. A mag disconnector.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of mag cutoff because I just showed you one in my A5.
Yep. Yeah. Mag cutoffs are fun too. I think I'm good. That's for your wife. Hopefully she's hungry.
Dude, I cooked it for you.
I'm going to eat some anyways then.
Yes.
Oh, now you guys have to
watch us eat. Yeah. There you go.
Going for the old stinky pea, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now let me know if you get any kind of blood-borne disease from this.
Yeah. This was tested for CWD, right?
It sure was.
Oh, good. You have to.
You do.
That's the wonderful thing about Manitoba. You ain't got to worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
Just got to watch, but there ain't here yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I always see warnings about CWD in the Ontario regs. I don't know if it's made it here yet or not, though.
Ooh. I haven't had venison before. I like this.
What? Really? You've never had deer?
Nope.
What the fuck?
What do you think?
Yep, it's tenderloin. Very good. So I think that's about it for me. I'm kitting out one of my 22s for that rimfire PRS thing that's going around.
Mm-hmm.
CRPS is the one I'm going to shoot, but apparently they just shot one on
Mission,
and it went really well. 50 people, like they filled it up real quick.
They have it was a 50 people shoot, and they only had 3 no-shows, so it was pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is the start. Things starting to get more popular. I'm starting to come around on why it's so popular because
affordability.
And if you wanted to, you could put on your own match on a farm. You need a couple of targets of varying sizes, but they're 22 rimfire targets. You don't need to spend a fortune on steel. Like the problem with our standard competition steel for pistol or rifle is that you need AR 500. You need heavy, expensive steel. Rimfire, there's lots of different targets that are super cheap that you can get for rimfire or DIY. And as long as the steel's thick enough, you're not going to deform it or cause anything dangerous, right? So my buddy was at a sporting goods store today. He's going to go do this rimfire precision thing with me. And he's like, oh, yeah, I just picked up a whole bunch of different swinging targets and that kind of thing. So, well, we're going to go out maybe this weekend and, practice. And it's going to be the same because you can watch a lot of the videos about what NRL 22 does for this kind of thing. And they shoot off like step ladders and wheelbarrows and that kind of thing. So it's a lot of practice in positional shooting and
in a wheelbarrow, not for cover, but like inside and some
not inside
moving around in the back.
For example, like you got to take 2 shots off the wheel of the wheelbarrow and it'll be upside down or that kind of thing. So super interesting from that perspective, and I think it's I can really see the allure. It's cheap. You could put on your own match. And it's very easy to see the results.
You're back. You gotta get to the way.
Try to think what else.
Easy in the sense that, what else would it be pretty hard for insurance though if you were doing that in a private property, someone's farm?
Oh, I wouldn't put on a public match on someone's farm, but I would practice.
Yeah, I thought that you were saying that you could do because that'd be no different than, when you were kids and running through the hay bales and shooting cans and stuff.
It's exactly the same, and I think that the allure is that you could set up your own little mini match with you and your buddies and practice and shoot and take scores and that kind of thing. Watch a couple videos online, go shoot a for real course with ROs and that kind of thing, and then just duplicate everything that you see. The safety requirements are super easy. In between positions, you rack your bolt back on a bolt gun, or you put it on safe on a semi-auto, and super easy. Robo, I think you're up.
I've done fuck all.
That was easy.
Yep. I did, however.
Pour yourself a glass of some hot, stale piss.
That's right. I did, however, sell a gun I thought I would never sell. I got rid of my lefty Wingmaster because I know it's a valuable piece. I know somebody that wanted to buy it, and I needed funds. So one thing that I did want to talk about is, which one do you miss? And you know which one I'm talking about. You sold it. You knew that you had to. You knew that you had maybe too many. Maybe you had a bill come up. What was that gun? What did you miss?
I haven't sold a gun yet, so I don't know.
Not one? How about you, Crazy?
I haven't sold anything that functioned. Well, that's not true. The Canic functioned when I sold it. So basically, I haven't sold any. I haven't sold any guns that I regret selling, because if I've sold it, it's because it either didn't work or I got something better. So about the only thing I regret maybe is not selling the Browning 1911 I got for $600 when I had the chance. I tried to hold out for more money, and then when it came time that I lowered the price to $600, it was too late. So I ended up trading it for a Mossberg that I got less money out of because of the trade. So it's not really regretting selling the gun, it's regretting the price I got for it. There's no gun that I was like, oh my god, why did I ever sell that? Because like I sold my Arasaka because it keyholed. I sold my Browning because it jammed. I sold the Mossberg because I just didn't want it. I sold my Ruger because it got rust in it. GP100. I sold my Canic because I got a CZ. I got rid of that CIL because janitor paid me a bottle of whiskey for it.
Nice.
I paid a case of beer. I got a bottle of whiskey. I got no problems with that. But yeah, that's pretty. And I sold my Chinese AR again because I got a better AR. So like, there's nothing I regret selling. Wow, I've actually sold a lot more guns than I thought I did. But yeah, there's nothing I regret selling on that, and that's why I don't want to sell my Hawa. Even though I'm like, if I sold my Hawa, I'd have more space to buy like a Type 97 or something. But I know I'd regret.
Type 97?
What?
You want?
I want the Type 97. I actually do. The Gen 2 specifically. I want with the flat top rail already on it because I've got a Nikon M223. I want something to put it on. But I know that if I sold my Hawa, I'd be kicking myself for selling it. But the only other thing I want to get rid of is my sporterized Enfield, and I've already offered like two of my buddies with no licenses, hey, go get your fucking license. This will be whoever's first gun gets it first, and the other person gets a single shot bical shotgun I've got that the forend comes off every time you shoot it.
Sweet. As a feature.
Rapid disassembly.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's mass shedding. It makes the recoil more manageable, right? Throwing away that forend makes it lighter.
I don't think that's how it works.
Isn't it? That's why like Ferraris all blow apart when they crash, right? Because they're trying to separate mass so you slow down.
I don't know enough about cars to call bullshit on that.
Seems real.
It's not. It's real. It's a thing.
It's absolutely not how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Adriel, you miss anyone?
No. I've sold a lot of them. Wouldn't mind having had a white SKS that I started off with. I painted it white.
Oh,
like in the snow. But
nice.
So who cares? I had a sporterized 303. That was kind of neat. No. But I buy and sell a lot of guns, so they don't really like stick around for too long.
Let's think. Well, I got rid of that Lefty 870 because I needed the money, and because it's not impossible to find another one. I see them come up every once in a while. So if down the road I want another Lefty 870 Wingmaster, I could probably find one. The one that I really think about sometimes, and it is odd, is
here's the one that got away.
I shot it once. I took it out once. It was a Norinco 1887 lever action 12 gauge. Because that thing was just so darn neat. Like those things back in the day were $300. They came with the pistol grip and the full stock, and they worked, right? But it was number one, heavy. Number two, you couldn't shoot worth shit with a pistol grip on that thing. It's just like because it's got the lever on it. Unless you got like insane grip strength, that thing's gonna come loose a little bit when you fire it, so it just smashes the lever right into your fingers when you fire it. And it had an issue where if the hulls were a little too long after firing the shell, they just wouldn't eject. The way that those things were designed were for brass cartridges that were just about the same length once they were fired. So when you went to eject it, it was easy to flick them out. So slugs and buck that had slightly shorter hulls, those ones ejected just fine. But target load, because they had quite a lot of material over the crimp in the front, those ones just refused to eject half the time. But the thing was so dang neat. You could put 5 in the tube, 1 in the lifter, and 1 in the pipe. You could have a 7-round lever action 1887 clone that you could shoot smokeless powder shotgun shells out of. It was neat. Now,
did it come with a leather jacket though?
I already have the leather jacket
and the motorbike.
I don't ride motorbikes. No.
Mm.
But
Or Lyft.
now they're like $450 if you can find them. Tenda has them, but I will never buy from Tenda. So
New?
yeah. Well, Tenda has them on sale for like $400, I think. Maybe $350 with shipping. Oh boy.
This is.
Okay, we got some online gun shopping going on right now.
I don't know if I really want to buy one.
And it has everything
He's
on sale all the time.
Fact checking your fake news.
I don't even know if those were even being like made and brought into the country anymore.
It might be old stock because I hadn't seen those in a long time, and I know Tenda started stocking them.
Oh, so much Turkish stuff.
Mhm.
Oh. What is it? 1887.
Yeah, why isn't there a Turkish 1887 yet?
Because no one's asked Turkey yet.
Well, actually, there are.
Oh yeah, look at that. 369.
Oh fuck. No. Buy the one with the full stock. The one on the other side.
Wow. I mean, you can't rotate that one all the way around. This one you can.
That's true. You can also blow
just
off the fucking shoulder.
Saw it down. Saw it down.
About it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I see they got the T series.
69, man. 360
T-series.
walnut.
Ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna.
That'll be excellent quality wood.
They ripped them off the sides of the houses of the political prisoners they sent to the death row.
Yeah, no, they've got them.
They've got them.
7 pounds. It features armory steel and split lever.
So you would think though, like a feature of those like the Chinese knockoffs and stuff, that they should make like a sick bamboo grip on something. Like, you know, wouldn't that be a selling feature? Like, wouldn't you buy a 1911 that had bamboo hand grips on it?
I wouldn't buy a 1911, so no.
I sometimes think I want to buy another 1911, then I remember how much it costs to feed a 1911 because 45 sucks ass to shoot simply due to the fact that it's half a buck a pop.
Get a 9mm.
You can get a 9mm one, but then you're defiling
you can.
John Moses Browning.
Correct.
Yeah, we can't have.
I want to get a 45. I just don't want to get a 1911. Like I kind of want a SIG P220.
You should just get a Glock and be a complete basic bitch.
No.
It's already got a shadow. You don't need any other pistols.
Oh,
Get
right.
your fucking Ugg boots and scarf out, bud.
And your soy latte.
And your soy latte. Oh, there's Jerome here to fuck my wife.
Can't get cucked if you don't have a girlfriend.
Oh no.
Self-depreciating humor is the best kind of humor.
Self-depreciating mean humor on live video.
Oh god. What did they say about that?
You
Well,
can't make fun of
how many
yourself.
for how many viewers? What was that? What do we got?
No,
right now?
it doesn't show. Although this says 14, but in my fucking screen it doesn't show how many there are. Okay, whatever.
Oh.
News. Bill Blair. Big bad Bill Blair.
He said he was supposed to get something done
This last week. Yeah, nothing happened.
Well, he said he's going to do something in the next couple of weeks now. That
Yeah.
was the update. It was
Yeah,
late, and he said he's going to do something in the next couple of weeks.
That's the update, folks. The big bad Bill Blair still hasn't done anything. He just keeps asking closed rooms of people for their opinion that they already vetoed and know exactly what opinions are.
Could be anything, up to and including a handgun ban.
It could be.
Could be anything.
Centralized storage.
Could be centralized storage. Could be funny hats. Could be
Extra background
Funny hats.
check.
I like funny hats.
You got to put the wishing hat on, and the wishing hat says if you're a murderer or not.
Oh shit.
Either you're
Shit.
a Hugglepuff or I don't read the books. I'm butchering this.
Oh, you're talking about Harry Potter. I was
Crazy's got
wondering
it.
What the hell you were talking
Crazy.
about.
What are the?
I actually do remember them. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin.
Jeez, thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
There you
Got the
go.
reminder about the girlfriend thing there.
Got beer in my eyes.
Sorry, crazy. That was
On a shelf to the side of me somewhere.
When you go, do you
In
have your
between
show
blowing trannies and not having girlfriends.
Hey, if they identify as a woman, don't you be so bigoted here.
Yeah, it's 2019. I know. What
Exactly.
the fuck am I doing here?
I'm lost. Who is identifying as a woman? Are we talking about an object or a person?
Talking about the trannies that are blowing in my
The
car.
trannies he's blowing. Yeah.
Oh, man, you must be like paying out the ass to blow so many have so many blown trannies. They pay him? Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the trannies
That's
are
how
blowing
you-
in my
that's how
car.
you're affording your car.
I'm the one blowing the trannies.
That's how you afford living in Toronto.
I
Do
don't
we have
afford
any other
living in
news though?
Toronto.
Anything relevant?
Shot
Crazy.
Show happened.
SHOT Show happened, and then nothing happened from SHOT Show.
There was a cool foreign from some Calgary company.
Oh yeah, did you
Forgotten
guys catch
Weapons.
that?
Ian,
No.
Ian and Carl were all over it.
Yeah, Forgotten Weapons did actually In Range TV did on the spot review of a integral bipod M-lock handguard for AR-15s,
Huh.
and they're a company out of Calgary, so good for them. Basically, the way that it deploys is that there's a separate mechanism. It almost looks like an extra barrel nut. That's the way that I look at it, and that is built into the front of the handguard, and then from the front of the handguard to the rear of the receiver, the legs are aiming backwards, and then they deploy down. And using the little ring at the front, you can secure the legs pointed down, and it's super neat.
Yeah, it is super neat. I mean, it was the only thing that Ian and Carl like called out. They did like an after SHOT Show recap, and they're like, "Yeah, it was boring. There's nothing new except this company in Calgary that had this really cool forehand." So
Nice. I just heard about the Franklin Armory's controversy where their staff were banned from talking to Ian and Carl after they apparently made their staff look like idiots last year.
well, they did, but I mean, like they took the wrong approach to the product. They should have said like with last year it was the reformation.
Yes.
Last year was a reformation, and it was the Nerf football bullets in a 4 barrel.
They've tried to defend that as keyholing is a feature.
Yeah.
Well, 32 ACP is already a shitty round. Okay, that's an argument.
Well, so, like they could have just said, "We're trying something new. No one else has done this. We're like messing with the rules, and we're trying something."
No,
new.
you're not
And it
messing with
would've
the
been
rules.
fine.
You're just trying to work with the rules that you have. It's the same reason that that there's been so many freaking people in the States sucking the dick of Remington and Mossberg for those stupid dumpster defenders. The bird's head grip, we've had those for years, and I still remember having to custom order those bird's head grips through Aztec Armory because I liked those and I thought they were neat. And then I shot them.
If any Americans wondering, they suck fucking balls. Like
They
just
do.
put a stock
They're
on it.
fucking
It's way
terrible.
better.
You can't hit shit with those. And one of my favorite videos actually was from Ian and Carl in In Range TV, where they proved our pistol grip shotguns better than a stock. And the argument that is it's better for a close quarters environment. No, it's not.
It's
Because
not
you
better for
cannot hit shit with the hip. So when you bring it up to your shoulder to try and shoot it, you're putting it in the same place that you would put a buttstock gun, and you have none of the benefits of having a buttstock.
But
get a
when
good
you throw it over the front of your
Cannot
couch,
handle it well, you lose a sight picture as soon as you fire, and the gun kicks more because it weighs less.
and it's not stopping on your shoulder.
Yeah. So people are really excited in the States about the burst head guns because you can put a fucking pistol brace on it and call it a fucking SBR without the tax stamp. Other than that, they're not really innovating. They're doing something that Canadians were doing for 5-6 years before the market decided that, or the
ATF.
before the companies that made firearms decided that there was a market for it. They just came up with this, threw it out into the market, and the gringos are like, well, "Fuck yeah, let's do this, bud."
They'll make whatever sold, right?
also spicy meat memes. Nah, after the third one, they still taste like shit.
It's Canadian, man.
Don't buy Canadian.
There is it. Somebody's gonna report our video for hate speech or something.
We're gonna get deported.
I'm the one that has a risk of that, so don't even fucking joke about it.
No, you married a Canadian now. Doesn't that give you citizenship?
It does, Well, no, I was a citizen beforehand. What the hell?
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, easy there. What's your last name? Nahasapima Pedalon?
Do we have any news to think about? You want to check top post of the week?
Let's see.
What do we have? Am I gonna beat you? Am I gonna beat you? Am I gonna
as
beat
for
you?
news, I mean, other than Bill Blair lying about crap, noted anti-gun Senator Mobina Jaffer has said that there has been absolutely zero people who've sent her anything in support of C-71. Every letter she's received has been saying C-71 is dumb. So it's actually surprising to see an anti-gun senator admit that.
Your fucking tinfoil post turned out to be right, Adriel. The one where they pulled the articles.
Well, yeah, they pulled them, and then they said, "Oh, they're not complete, and
Left it
they're
at that.
too biased."
We're cleaning the internet. These are low quality articles. That's why we clean them.
And so the CCFR's response was to find every other biased article from the CBC and send it to the ombudsman.
That was awesome.
Did
Yeah,
they send all of them?
that's what we're doing.
Everyone?
Here. We're only doing non-biased articles. Like, here's all the ones you have that are biased right now. All of them.
All of them.
It's easy. Just gun article. You'll
Now,
find them.
to their credit, they even found the ones that were biased in favor of gun ownership, which there were a very few from usually local sources, but they included all of them. They said anti-gun bias, pro-gun bias, anti-gun bias. Like, they listed them all.
Yep.
And also there's a doctors group that's trying
yeah.
to say guns are evil. And so the CCFR has said that since this one doctor is using her credentials as a doctor to try and gain trust and confidence from people for this, call and complain to the professional association.
And rightfully so, folks. Oops. That's what cat drink.
I mean, it's debatable in that. To me, that kind of feels like doxing. So I'm not really a huge fan of that.
But if you're putting it out there,
Yep.
you're saying this, and you're making a statement to the news where they give your first and last name, and if your first and last name is easily searchable, like it's not like they say, 742 Evergreen Terrace, mail this person a letter bomb. That's not the same as you should really report this doctor.
It's valid, man. I mean, put yourself. I mean, it's something that I've considered previously. Is how much do you put forward into the internet, right?
A lot.
A lot. We have our Facebook.
Grover, I don't even know your real name, so
Yeah, you try to keep a degree of anonymity, keep things off the plate.
You're supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? Was I not supposed to see the video of you and the chicken? Ooh, buddy. That poor chicken. Ooh, boy.
I mean,
what about what happened after the chicken? That was worse.
You thought I mean, it was Thailand.
Yeah.
Do not look up Adriel hunting gear guy and chicken. You will not like the results.
In Thailand.
In Thailand. Enough about those memes. Do we have anything else coming up?
I mean, weren't you going to do the top post of the week?
Was there anything worth it? Because I just clicked on it and I didn't see anything very particularly good other than that. We should change the fucking upvote and downvote icon to an SKS and an SKS with Tapco stock.
And the Tapco's the up, right?
Yeah, no, the regular one is the up.
There was the.
Then use my green one for the down.
I mean, since it was the last 2 weeks, sort of, there was like a talks of a protest about the Quebec registry. We should probably talk about that since it officially came into effect. The Quebec Firearms Registry came into effect January 29th, and their compliance rate is anywhere between 7 and 25%.
Now, isn't that less than what they had at the previous registry?
The previous registry had a compliance rates anywhere between 89 and 27%, depending on whose numbers you look at.
What? That's 87 and 20. What?
Yeah, because the RCMP estimated that there were 9 million guns in the country with about 7.8 registered. 7.8 million registered. Then the NFA estimated that the low estimate of guns in the country is 16 million, and the high estimate is 27 million, with only 7.8 being registered. So that's why there's such a wide range.
Because it's like how many households have access to a gun. You don't know how many people, how many families share a license, right? Because in some rural areas, one person will have a license and the gun or the guns, but really, realistically speaking, the whole family uses them. So when we say 2 million licensed owners, yes, we have 2 million licensed owners. We have an unknown number of actual like hunters and shooters that make use of.
There are some estimates that 2 million people just never bothered to get a gun license when it became mandatory as well. So you got 2 million, you got as many unlicensed as you do licensed, who still all own the guns they did from before whatever. So you've like, I remember when I worked at sale, I had tons of people who come in and be like, hey, what's the deal with buying a gun now? And when I told them you need a license to even own the gun, they went, oh, and how does one get a gun license if they didn't have one in theory? And other people would just be like, yeah, don't tell anyone I don't have my license. I'm like, I don't care. Here's a card for a dude who does the course, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of people out there who just didn't bother. They're old. They don't care. They're in a rural area.
Know. Some of them straight up didn't know. Like,
or there's just the kind of folk that go and bury a baby Browning and a 38 special revolver in the wall of the basement when you go and renovate it. You come across a couple of gaps.
Yeah, that one was weird.
I really wish I could get a property.
The first thing I would do when that happened is I would definitely post it on the internet. For everybody to see. Definitely the first thing I would do.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't know, but like if you come across restricted firearms, or if someone had restricted firearms from before, you can get them on the books and keep them.
Yes, you can, and that was the consensus with a lot of the people suggesting there. I actually had to pull a couple of comments off that as a moderator because they were just going like, "Oh, why don't you lose those guns there, butt?" It's like, because that's illegal.
Yeah, I mean, you get caught with that.
It's like, oh, you're telling somebody to be in possession of a firearm without a license.
Technically, counseling someone in the commission of a crime is also a crime, but
yeah. So just don't go telling people to keep guns when they don't have a license, because that's breaking the law. And breaking the law and advising how to break the law is not allowed on the subreddit. So, I mean, I remember one of the funniest things that happened, and this is completely unrelated. For an April Fool's joke, I posted a how to Google link on how to remove rivets. That was the entire post. Is like RCMP honeypot 1321, and it was a link that would redirect you on how to remove a rivet.
Yeah, I need instructions.
And it got a shitload of upvotes because it was April Fool's. And then I got a message from one of the moderators like, "This is fucking funny, but technically this breaks the rules. So would you mind deleting that?" I was like, "You got it, bud."
Did you just message yourself?
Kidding me? Really? They made you delete it?
No, they didn't make me delete it. They asked me to delete it because they thought it was funny, but they, there's a back and forth in there, and they're like, "Would you mind just pulling it? Because I get it, it's funny, but that's breaking the rules. It's advising how to break the law."
It's not advising how to break the law. You didn't tell people to do this to their gun magazines. You simply showed them that here is how you remove a rivet. What they do with that information is up to them.
Hey.
This is coming from the guy that was saying on
I'm
doc
just
thing.
saying there are many
Pretty
copies of the anarchist
big swings.
Oh man, that's getting.
I mean,
old.
who was it? Alkali Feldspar made a video of him going to the States, putting his mag in a vise, drilling the hole out, and going, and it's that easy. Like,
yeah. Hey, I'm just telling an anecdote.
Canadian competitors going to the States will bring a rivet gun and a drill.
Like, I know they're just there's people that just go to the States, buy a pack of 10 PMags, and just leave them on the States.
Oh, well, you might as well keep them on the way back. You just repin them. It's super easy.
Yeah, but then you have to do work, and they're like, that Palmetto State Armory ships guns using mags as the packaging.
That's brilliant.
Holy shit here.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. Like they will ship you like the lower encased in magazines. Or like they will they call it the packaging. Quite literally, it's just like a shitload of PMags. Because they're like $12 down there, $5 if you buy them by the pallet.
Yeah.
I remember Magpul, when Vermont was enacting magazine capacity restrictions, went to the state
free mags for everybody.
Yeah, they went to the state capitol with a skid of magazines, plopped it down with a sign that said "Free mags, take them."
There you go.
Cheap plastic injection.
Yeah.
Easy to make.
It's a spring and 3 parts.
Yeah.
You get a base plate, the mag body, and the follower. That's it. The most expensive part is probably the fucking spring.
No, the follower.
The follower?
Followers, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Why did an SKS get 214 upvotes?
It was someone's
Uh,
first gun.
yeah, probably. People are sheep. I don't know.
And then there's the top.
Net Comed rifle is fine.
There's the one meme of, hold on, since I have one here. I'm the only one around here that doesn't own an SKS.
Oh, I don't own an SKS, but there is an SKS in my safe because my buddy had to give me his guns. So yeah,
Fun.
fun.
I mean, I don't, but that's just because my parents had them and I can just borrow theirs. When I move out, it's the first gun I'm buying. I'm going to go, when I move out, I'm budgeting for a new safe and an SKS as part of the furniture that I buy.
So what? By then, SKSs will be about what, $700?
But the way Toronto's housing market's going, yeah, thereabouts.
You know, that's one thing that I still shake my head at is it's like I could have bought. I still remember it. I was like this close. I literally had inputted my my credit card details. It was TradeX. They had 1,200 rounds of check and stripper clips and an SKS for 400 bones.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. I sold an SVT for $400.
I think I sold my SVT for about $400 too.
I remember the K31s for $375.
Oh no! Remember it was like a Boxing Day that they were like $150. With
I don't remember that one, but
yeah, no, it was wholesale. God bless them.
Yep.
You could buy a K31 for like $170, and they gave you the if you bought the case of ammo. So you could buy the ammo, and you would get the rifle for like $170.
I remember there were those, and around the same time the AG42s were $350.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen.
I'm waiting for my one buddy he'll be hard up for cash eventually. He still has an unopened crate of 10 SKSs that he bought for $800. Just like he hasn't checked it. He's like, yeah, these things are still like worth like $100, right? I get $1,000 for that crate. I'm like, well, I'll give you $1,000 for it when you want to sell it. You let me know.
It was maybe about 6 years ago at the Calgary Gun Show. I went with like 4 of my buddies, and I had them, literally 4 of them and me agreed to split a crate of SVTs. I was literally going, I went up to the guy, I think it was Wolverine Supplies or something. He's like, do you guys have an unopened crate of SVTs? And they're like, yes. And I said, can I buy one? They're like, maybe. How much are you thinking? I was like, $2,500 for 10 SVTs. And I was like, I'm down, guys. Each one of us gets 5. Each one of us gets how many of those? Like 2 or 3 guns. Each one, or however many it was. It was something like that. Each one of us got like 3 or 4 guns. And each one of those guns was like $300, maybe. And you would have ended up with a crate.
Should have texted me. I would have gotten in on that deal.
Yeah. And at the last minute, one of the guys pulled out, and that would have made everybody pay too much money for it. It's like everybody was gonna pay like $500-600 if everybody wasn't together. But if one guy pulled out, it was gonna be $900, and they were like, "No, that's too much for us. We can't drop that much money."
Oh man!
But
Good investment. Milsurps.
how it goes, man.
Don't buy
Sometimes
gold.
she goes.
Buy SVTs.
There's people in CGN that say EMT, cash, or gold bullion. Have you seen that guy?
Oh no, I've not seen gold bullion.
There's a guy that asks for gold or silver bullion.
I've seen that on people selling like $20,000 Lati L40, like anti-tank guns. They'll take like gold bullion or classic cars or things like that because the gun's $10,000 fucking dollars. So
Go on, it's a little more than that.
oh no, the Lati's $20,000, but the PTRS and PTRD
Oh, the single shot ones, yeah, those ones are not that much.
They used to be like $2,000, but then you'd have to get ammo for them, and that's impossible.
yeah, good luck.
But you don't need a mag like with the Latis. Those things are. I love that those things are pinned. Do you know that those mags are pinned? Because I think they're 6-shot or 10-shot box mags. Those Lati mags are pinned to 5 rounds.
And the PTRS takes a stripper clip from a bottom feed magazine, like an SKS. It was actually the earlier design of an SKS, like the same guy designed both.
I mean, the SKS is just a mini Lottie or whatever.
No,
I mean,
mini ATRS, yeah, but it's like a 3 or 4 round clip. You open the bottom of the mag, shove the clip in, close the mag again.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think, like, if you could even get, like, Lee or Hornady to make you reloading equipment. Because they say, if you send us spent casings, we can make you dies. The problem is, those guns would be considered destructive devices in America because they're larger than 50 caliber.
They would make the reloading equipment for you.
Debatable if they'd even let the
I mean, anytime that I see those big anti-material rifles, they always come with brass and projectiles, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, it takes 50 cal primers," and it's like that. There's got to be shit for that already out there, right?
Probably, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to find.
It would be hard too.
Yeah, that I think you just end up making your own, right? Just
Turn 'em.
Pretty much.
Turn them on, turn some copper and mill it.
or could you make that out of lead?
I don't think you'd want to make that out of pure lead for that. Like, it would not be a good
What if you
idea.
powder coat them or something? You give them the finish.
No, you'd have to download it so much. You might as well just like get pure copper or
And just
brass
turn them?
and just turn it on a lathe. Make some of your
Oh
own.
fuck a lathe! Just grab a file.
Make a ceramic mold and get something that can melt the copper.
Or actually, that's not a bad idea. You could just
Sandcast.
yeah,
Sandcast them.
yeah, just
Sandcast bullets. Ugh.
Hand formed sandcast though.
no, get some really fine sand. Okay, like really
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, like
And
go to Home
and
Depot
then
and
when
get
you-
the
when
good
you have-
place sand.
When you have the
The
rough
good place sand.
shape, that's when you sand it.
3D printed. to
Yeah.
start.
Oh,
With a coarse file though. Coarse file.
we got to 3D print some projectiles. We can talk to Tyler about that, right?
I actually saw a dude on Our Guns a while back who tried 3D printing some like 9mm projectiles. They were like 2 grains. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that.
3D printing stuff is super light.
Well, there was a guy also that I saw, I think in reloading, he actually loaded Lego heads into his 38
I
special.
saw that. I remember seeing those. They're
The
hilarious.
guy actually shot them, and he found the load where they wouldn't just completely evaporate down the board.
So like 1 grain and the primer.
I think so.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna mention names, but I happen to know that there's an individual out there that has gotten pretty good results out of like one odd buck, just stuffed into a 38 special case with the primer, and you know, it's basically a cap gun.
I like it.
It kind of reminds me of the 22 Calibri stuff. That's like 22 grain Aguila, designed just for revolvers, and it's like 470 feet per second. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Gallery
No,
rounds.
no, there's if you ever buy the 22 short CVs, those are 29 grain projectiles going like
760 or so. Well, the 22 short ones. Ooh,
Yeah, they're hearing safe. They're cap guns.
Well, it's the same thing with the Calibri.
Those 22 shorts are real good for shooting woodpeckers off the side of the house.
But that wasn't you. You just heard about that, right?
No, it definitely didn't happen in town. There were no firearms violations.
He said, casually sipping his beer. Are we good?
Molson Canadian. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're good. We're skirting
ideas,
some mighty thin lines here.
Get a GX6 Lynx.
Watch Slamfire Radio. This guy.
Yay!
Do we have any other plugs?
The
Check your
usual
prostate.
dump.
Check your prostate.
Check your prostate. Don't forget about prostate. They're
Men's
important.
Health Month?
Yeah. Sure.
It's important to check your prostate when your tranny's getting blown.
That's how we're gonna end it, folks. Good night. See you in maybe 2 weeks. Bye.